How you doing, YouTube? Matt's Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Relic double IPA, hopeful goodness, in the form of their Barrens. It's a double India Pale Ale with New Zealand hops, 8% alcohol by volume. Yeah, it comes courtesy of Steven. Thank you very much, brother. He sent me off a box of unwrapped beers and some mystery jams, and this is what I'm going to dive into. I'm kind of excited. Label-wise, it's cool. You know, it's pretty plain, nothing to it, but it just so happens that it is called Barrens, and my favorite episode of The Sopranos is called The Barrens, I think. Was it? Basically, it was when Christopher and Paulie, right? Is it Paulie? They got stuck in the Pine Barrens in Jersey. It's a great episode. It's one of the best episodes of TV of all time. So I saw The Barrens, and I thought of that. So I immediately liked it. So what are you going to do? Let's give this sucker a whirl. See what she's got. Very small sample size with Relic for me. But what I've had from these guys is pretty damn good. So, yeah, let's see what she's got. Yeah, look at that. That, my friends, is a bit darker than you're typically used to with a double IPA. It's like a weird kind of brown with a little bit of gray in it. Almost like alien skin kind of vibes going on that sucker. Relatively creamy, fluffy head to a little bit of rockiness on the edges, neurotic bubbles throughout the whole thing. But yeah, it's pretty damn dark, to be perfectly honest with you. What's the date on this sucker? This be canned, so this is packaged 10/11. So this is 2 months old, almost on the nose actually. So yeah, let's give it a sniffy though. I like that. Nothing too crazy. There's like a slightly mentholyptic, eucalyptic kind of pine vibe in there. It's East Coast leaning. There's fruits and all kinds of stuff, and rich kind of papayas and tropical fruits all kind of floating around in there. But there's a soft kind of minty medicinal component to it too, which is really fun. Not overly sweet, not overly bittering, but really fun. The way that kind of slightly eucalyptic, kind of evaporative, kind of medicinal thing really works, and it kind of really piques my interest on it. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. It's like I sometimes I get that it's like almost like a sweet onion thing. It's hard to really place it. That's why you always go that eucalyptus kind of moniker or whatever. It reminds me of what's the goddamn, and they talk about what is it, New Zealand hops. It reminds me of not Motika. What the hell was it? This one specific hop. I forget what it is. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's tasty. That's tasty. Dangerous. I mean, it does have a bit of heat to it, so you know you're drinking some of the ABV, but it drinks so easily outside of that heat that I could see throwing down a couple cans of these real quick. Being that it's in a 12-ounce format, I can see it cracking 2 of these instead of 1 16-ouncer, so then you're talking about 24 ounces, just banging it back real quick. That's where the danger kind of comes in. Mouthfeel's nice. It's not super dense, super thick. That lends to its drinkability. There is a little bit of aggressive carbonation on it. It's not negative in a carbonic acid kind of way, but it is a bit of a seltzer aggressive kind of carbonation. So you get a little bit of sting in the back of your throat. It doesn't actually bother me all that much. I think it might be actually a combination of some hop burn too, but I like a little bit of kind of hot fire, as Dylan would put it, on the back of the throat every now and then. Kind of makes you understand that the beer is there. And it just, that way that tropical fruit kind of works in conjunction with that eucalyptus kind of sweet onion kind of slightly piney thing. It all kind of works. It's almost like the most East Coast New England style aggressively whatever hopped West Coast IPA, if that makes any sense. It's like it's so far East Coast that it's actually wrapped around the world. Went to New Zealand, worked itself back to the West Coast, where it gives you that tiny little influence of that eucalyptus, piney kind of onion thing, that slight dankness, that slight pininess, that nice mintiness eucalyptus thing on top of the fruitiness, that it's just all over the place in a very fun, very drinkable way. I like this a lot, actually. I'm a fan. Fun, tasty. Will get you turned, that's for sure. And that's it. I mean, I could see people knocking this beer. I could see people being, oh, it's a bit thin. It's not as aggressive. The carbonation being off a little bit. But it's almost like sometimes it's the flaws in a beer. I use that word super loosely. I would say the not as dialed in portion, because there's really not much as far as flaws in there. Traditionally, the not dialed in portions of the beer give it a bit of personality and keep it from being just a facsimile of what everybody else is trying to do, and sometimes that works in favor of beer, and I think it works that way here. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had as of late? It's in the conversation for sure. It's not up there. There's ones I do like better, but this one's pretty damn fun. Its uniqueness sets it apart. Bag and availability. I don't know where Relic stuff gets to. I don't know if we get it down here. I've seen it before. I'm not quite sure where. So if somebody wants to chime in, let us know what's what, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like double IPAs, if you like the New Zealand hop, if you like a little bit of touch of really new school West and a lot of new school East, and you like interesting, well-made double IPAs, this is going to be worth a pickup because it's pretty damn fun stuff. There you go. Another review in the books down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. Check me out doing social media stuff. Beer Massive. Check me out doing podcasts and shits. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little down under jams hop wise. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.